Cathy Wurzer back again, and we're in the Media Lounge, the WDSC WRPT Media Lounge at the Catalyst Content Festival in Duluth. Glad to be meeting so many great artists. And Maya Washington walks in, and I went, oh my God, it's Maya Washington. And I have talked to Maya how many different times over the years?
Many times.
Right. Maya is a filmmaker. Let's see if I get it all right here now. Filmmaker, writer, director, producer, actress, writer, poet, creative director, and arts educator with Minnesota roots, no less.
Yes. That was a mouthful.
Thank you. And there's probably other things that are on your list as well. And most notably, you're with the Project Clear. You've got this great project.
Yes. So Clear follows, it's a fictitious story based on a composite of actual real-life experiences of people who have been exonerated. So Clear follows a woman who is reconnecting with her family after a wrongful conviction. And so it's really a re-entry story, thinking about what happens if 16 years of your life have been stolen from you and stolen from your family, and how do you start over as someone who's been exonerated.
I want to show a little clip if I could. Now this is going to be screened in the drama category here at the Catalyst Content Festival. So roll that video.
For 48-year-old Ember Bearheart Johnson, today marks the end of a 16-year prison sentence for a crime her lawyers proved she didn't commit.
I'm looking forward to putting this chapter behind me and reuniting with my family, especially my daughter.
When Ember, her husband Max Johnson, and their infant daughter returned from a Wisconsin vacation back in 2001, the unthinkable happened. As they were crossing the state line, they were stopped by police, taken into custody, and charged with armed robbery. Receipts from their hotel, meals, passes to Wisconsin Dells, and yes, even witnesses who were able to confirm that Bearheart Johnson and her husband were not at the scene of the crime were all withheld from defense attorneys and the jury that convicted her. Sadly, her husband Max, who had a seizure disorder, died in prison before his conviction could be overturned. Certainly a bittersweet day for Ember and her family. Raven Brooks, Channel 4 Action News.
You've got a lot of hair.
You sound like Grandma.
I had a lot of hair when I was younger. Grandma hated it. It was too much for her to handle.
When she died, I started growing it out because she'd always cut it off. Never thought it could grow past a afro mullet mushroom situation.
Yeah, I remember the last time you visited. Oh, your hair was so short. You look like a boy. I was sure you were going to be a lesbian.
Well, there's still time.
If you were, I mean, it would totally be okay. I mean, people are people.
I'm pretty sure I like guys. What's up?
Claire, what's up? We're at Mike's house.
You should be here.
I'm in for the night. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, are you coming or what?
I can't tonight.
Oh, what?
Ask your mom. Matter of fact, put your mom on the phone. Let me talk to her. You know I can convince her.
You can go. You can go with your friends. Hi.
Who is that?
I'm gonna go take a shower.
So Clear has been screened here. What's been the reaction so far?
Well, you know, I had just this sort of phenomenal blessing to be sitting next to another content creator who I had met, who's here with the project The System. So they happened to sit next to me, and another colleague that I didn't realize was here happened to sit behind me. So very, very strong and powerful reaction. And one of the people I'm referring to actually was moved to tears and was just really touched because she's a mother, and the story of Ember Bearheart Johnson, our fictitious protagonist, just really touched her. And I think it's amazing how much this film has just really touched people's hearts and resonated for a variety of reasons, whether it's the mother-daughter relationship or someone who's had a family member who's been incarcerated. These are real issues that affect families, and so it's very tender response that right out the gate when we first released the film was a little jarring because we thought it was special. So when you get that kind of feedback that you're touching people, that's kind of overwhelming and very touching. But hopefully that's what it takes to sort of move the needle on some of the policy issues and things that affect exonerated people that we hope to accomplish through this.
What kind of distribution are you hoping for with this film?
So I think with Clear, ideally we'd love for this to be available to the general public, and we're pretty open-minded, whether that's a traditional broadcast or a digital platform, to really get this message and the story about what exonerees need. My co-producer is actually about to defend her dissertation at University of Minnesota. She'll be PhD Dr. Tina Nagata-Barr soon, and she's gone all over the country and interviewed people who have been exonerated, who have a unique story. And so we're hoping that coupled with the film and her research on what people actually need to reenter society after a wrongful conviction, those two together, the goal is really to use the film as well as Tina's research to get the message out.
So here at Catalyst, it's been so much fun to talk to people like you, really amazing content creators. And we are here in Duluth, Minnesota. And as a Minnesotan, I'm curious, as a Minnesota-based filmmaker, what needs to happen to really get Minnesota on the map when it comes to creating content?
Well, I think, it's very clear that Minnesotans are very civically engaged, which
True.
we've noticed over the past week,
Yeah.
Especially in the Twin Cities, in Minneapolis and St. Paul. And I think I have a theater background. I grew up here as an actor working in theater, and we have this really beautiful, strong core arts base of artists and audiences who love the arts. But I don't know that the general population really understands what filmmaking is occurring here, how that works, and how Minneapolis, St. Paul can really truly be, and Duluth as well, truly become the hub that I know the Film Board is working on. I know the legislature's been having conversations about, but I think if the general public really understood that there are those of us here who make a living doing this, that this isn't a hobby, and that while many people end up having to choose New York or LA because it's harder to get consistent work here in the Twin Cities, for those of us who are generating original content, we're choosing to live here. We're choosing to be here because of our beautiful lakes and rivers and our family roots here. And so I think if we can find a way to educate the arts-going public and those who aren't necessarily maybe the sports community, because I made that
Right.
film about my
Your
dad and
Gene
the Vikings.
Washington, yeah.
And so I think that to me is the key, because when that's the key, lawmakers will recognize that their constituents are also interested in the things that you and I care about.
I'm so pleased. I mean, this is such a wonderful project. It's called Clear. Maya Washington, all the best for you. I really hope that this gains exactly where you want. I hope this finds a place exactly where you want it to find a place.
Thank you.
Yeah, and making change.
Thank you.
Thank you. All best. Well, we're going to have, of course, many, many more individuals to talk to here, because there's just so many people that are coming through the Media Lounge here, the WDSE WRPT Media Lounge here in Duluth at the Catalyst Content Festival. So there's much more to come. Stick around.